Hey YouTube, how you doing? Long time no see. Ooh, we're a little crooked there. Long time no see. Joking, I post daily. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Today is a very special day, I guess, or not really special day. I don't know. It's a day I wanted to bring up today. Today is the 5 year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's passing, and all those people that passed in the helicopter crash in Calabasas. So it's been 5 years. And I just wanted to continue on the legacy of the Mamba mentality of going out there and driving and getting what you need, and whatever you believe in, you go out and you get it. You got to go out and get it. And this is why you got to start that YouTube channel because, I've been, ever since I've seen the policies and changes of YouTube, I really was motivated to take action and start daily posting and sharing just a little bit of life concepts and tidbits of life advice. I'm 42 this year, so I think I have a lot to share, and I have a lot of life experience I've gone through, and I'm not just some like 20-year-old influencer trying to like just flex something I haven't really gone through as yet. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. Is like let's start pressing and pushing forward like that driven mentality again. And that's really why I love the sport culture or the professional culture or the military culture. It's um it's not fun or easy to get into, but once you really start like finding your purpose in it, or if you find a purpose in it, then it becomes like the drive in life. And that's what the Mama mentality was really about. So he found a skill he was decent in. He mastered his skill and became a professional in it, and then he hyper accelerated his training so that way he could be an elite amongst his peers, and then recognized as a legend in his legacy, and building a legacy that could possibly last a long time. The Mama mentality is a huge thing, right? So with that said, yeah, congratulations to all of you still pursuing the Mama mentality. It's been 5 years now. I know a lot of people aren't really doing the 3 a.m. waking up David Goggins thing. Not everyone's really too persistent with that, but the way that we do it out here in the West Coast, or at least me personally, I like to just put a little bit in every day, fine tune the motor, so that way like it's running amazingly when it needs to in high performance situations. So yeah, let's talk about 3 notes to encourage mom mentality. And if you're thinking about something you like doing in your life, start doing it and then documenting it on YouTube. Okay, so continuing Kobe Bryant's legacy 5 years later as we stand. He was a 5 time champion. He made it in the all defense and all offensive team 9 times. So, like, there's not a lot of players that have that alone. Plus, he had MVPs. He was robbed of a couple of MVPs from Steve Nash. There's a lot of things. People say he was a sidekick for the first three-peat, but if you look at the stats, he was literally 1 point less than Shaq and just a couple of rebounds. So, he was his own all-star in his own making at such a young age, right? So, no, he was a great impact. I remember being a kid watching him play with his mini fro, and I had a mini fro too, and I had his jersey with the number 8, and I was trying everything I could to get the shoes, but I was too broke as a kid. But anyway, he was a great inspiration. I remember everybody else around me either loved him or hated him. Like, a lot of people hated him. A lot of people, don't get it twisted. Trust me, in 2001, a lot of people hated Kobe Bryant. We're not fans of Kobe Bryant. They were fans of Shaq. They're fans of Allen Iverson. They're fans of who is it? Penny? No, Carmelo Anthony. There are some fans of LeBron. LeBron wasn't as big as you think he was back in 2000. Like, he was overhyped by the media, but people were still loving characters like Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. People were still loving like um, Kevin Garnett, your Ray Allens. They were still in love with those like transitioning characters, right? So LeBron didn't really blow up. He's like a Jay-Z. That's how I'd describe him, right? So, sorry, but that's just the honesty of it, right? But he's like a Jay-Z to me. He just kind of like rides on other people's successes. He has a great amount of talent himself, but he personally didn't really achieve those successes himself. He needed so much assistance and help. Where Kobe, he was doing. Remember, he won 2 titles with just Paul Gasol. I'm not saying that the other guys were scrubs, but the other guys, if they were on any other team, they wouldn't have gone to the finals. You know what I mean? With the leadership of Kobe, right? So that's why I really want to celebrate his legacy because, yeah, the world does need leaders, but the world also needs team builders and the world needs awesome team players, right? Like, I know not everybody wants to be a leader, but that's because you haven't reached that point in your life where you had enough life experience. Sorry, I got to be a little gross. Where you had enough life experience to go back and give that knowledge to the community, right? So that's why it seems a little daunting now, and you don't feel like the leadership role is like it's a little overwhelming, right? But that's because you're growing, you're becoming that monster, and then that knowledgeable creature to share that wealth and information. The Mamba mentality. Okay, point one: personal drive. Share. Remember, there's a relentless work ethic that you have to apply. And if you fall in love with the craft, like whatever it is, you want to be a surgeon, you want to be a firefighter, you want to be a pilot, you want to be a professional athlete, whatever it is, an artist, right? Once you find your like little nick, then you want to make sure that you encourage it and keep the positivity and the momentum going. That's going to instill that drive that you have. And then as you fall in love with your craft, or as you really like become more fine-tuned with your craft, you're going to become a perfectionist, and that's when like you realize you've evolved to another level of like what you're doing. But for now, try to find something that you love doing. There's so many things in this world that we could fall in love doing: making music, throwing darts. You could be a professional Minecraft player. There's so many possibilities in this world, and I'm trying to find my little nick too outside of stunts. I think I'm probably going to sell T-shirts or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's, Kobe's mentality is really trying to make me think like business wise. What do I got to get? What's my bank account look like? How am I going to go to work? How am I going to survive out here in these crazy streets, right? So these are keynotes and points that I really have to be honest with myself and with the people around me. I got to get better, and I got to do better. If I don't do better, the people around me are going to do better. And if apparently I'm a mentor now, like I don't even realize I'm 42. I'm so detached from my age and so disassociated from things around me that it's a symptom that I had just from like personal life experiences. Not everybody has it, but it was just in my particular sensitive case. But yeah, apparently I'm a mentor and a leader, and a lot of people admire all the work and the stuff that I do. So I'm trying to go out here and collaborate with the people I love, and I'm trying to like see the bigger picture in things, and I'm trying to make big things happen in small little dreams. And I'm just a tiny little grain of sand in this union that I'm a part of. We recently had 2 meetings this past week, and I should have documented them, but I didn't because, respectively, I didn't want to be that guy running around with my camera looking like a dork. So, yeah, no, the meetings were very informative and they were great. The first meeting was about BIPOC, and the second meeting was about just like the updates for this year, and they still don't really have a lot of conclusions or answers for the AI situation. And, guys like me out here, like, I could have given you a briefing on that about like 4, 5, 7, 11 years ago, but that's okay. Like, my voice isn't that important right now or that big in that union system. I'm part of it, but I'm just, like I said, just tiny, 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 a shadow in the dark, right? So trying to find that light and trying to, stand out a bit is the toughest part. With that said, moving on with the Kobe Bryant concepts, you have to find your own click, and you got to find your own tick and your own drive that would make you move forward and just like want to do that every day. And then when you want to do that every day, I said earlier, the perfectionism bug will start itching, right? So once that happens, you don't have to worry about the consistency part, right? So point number 2 is about consistency. When that happens, then you don't like, you just have a love for what you do. Whether I know somebody who like makes teddy bears, and this person really just loves waking up early in the morning and making custom teddy bears until like late at night, and then coming home and eating a bunch of like cookies and having a terrible diet. But like that's their life. They enjoy it. It's what they do. It's everything that they pursue and hope to do. It brings in a great income for them. They're living wonderfully out here. So, you can't really knock them. It's a good time for them, right? It's all about the consistency they had. So if you drive and you keep pushing forwards and find something you like, the consistency is going to pay off. And I know I'm one to toot my own horn right now, or I'm one to talk right now because like I'm currently in situations where my jobs are volatile. Like there'll be times where my bank account would be pretty decent and times where my bank account would be in the negatives right now. But it's just what it is. It's like, that's the type of business I've chosen to get into for the past few years. And now, like, with this mama mentality for the past year or two, I've been trying to explore other avenues on getting side incomes and finding different like approaches of like hustles, right? So probably start a t-shirt business with a friend this year who's a really talented individual, got a lot of links on t-shirts, and we'll probably open up a site. I might make the Monster Con series itself a brand and just really go big with that. But for now, this is a building process, and I want to spread awareness and build momentum and build a great community and just let people know that, like, you're worth it. You're worth the time. You could do this, right? Like, look how easy YouTube is. Like, what day is it today? Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Today is the 25th of January, right? So I'm almost going to be at one full month posting every single day. Now, I'm sure I might have missed one day, but the other day I'd follow up with 2 posts, or there'd be odd days that I'd do 3 posts. So I have like, I think like 30 posts now, long form posts. And then I have like probably like 90 short form posts for the month, right? So I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty consistent and pretty decent. And, I'm just going to keep on working it, and um I'm not gonna hold back. I gotta keep on like pressing forward, and by doing that, other people are influenced by it. On a side note too, with this whole Kobe Bryant, motivate your audience and embrace the challenges and opportunities in your growth, and how Kobe's journey influenced me. Like I have a level 3 certification, Blue Seal, in parkour and free running, and it's an international certification, so I could go anywhere around the world and coach it. I could do seminars, whatever it is. So, I take it very lightly, but, like, I didn't realize that just the other day we had a school of kids come in, and a lot of kids were, like, either gifted or special needs. And so this was a school of, like, kids who had behavioral issues, but they were either, like, on the spectrum, or they were incredibly hyper intelligent. So it was cool. I met this one kid named Gregory. He had long hair, and he was kind of clunky with his parkour, but he was happy to do it. And it was like, apparently the teacher said it was the first time that all the class came together and all contributed and became part of like something fun and exciting. And I was like, oh, no way. And they're like, yeah, man, like they all came out, had fun, they vaulted, they did stuff, and it was exciting. It was a wonderful experience to them. And I didn't know that for myself. Like, I was influencing and getting these kids motivated and excited about life. Gregory is this kid. He's really talented. He's a gifted kid. He's super intelligent. Like, this kid already builds circuits and solders robotic components together. He's doing emails. He's emailing, people, and like, I'm talking about, he's not emailing like regular people, like his friends. I'm talking about he finds corporate private emails somehow, and he emails people, but he does it very smart. I think I know he does it. He probably goes on IMDb, or he probably goes on LinkedIn. Kids are smart these days, right? Kids are really smart these days. They will find your information once kids are smart, right? So Gregory's a smart kid. They're telling me about how he was doing basic coding, how he like started doing like basic website building, and he's like trying to get into like mobile game design, which is kind of my field. So maybe I'll like hit up Gregory and be like, yo man, let me help you out with some of that, but maybe not. I don't know. I'd rather coach parkour. All that math and physics and then computer language and oh yeah, no, it's kind of a brain crunch, but you got to really have like a passion for it. And I have the desire for it, but I didn't have the passion for it. I have the passion for creating it. I have the passion for the developmental and production process, but I don't have the passion for the programming and engineering part. It wasn't my cup of tea. With that said, though, I did end up inspiring about like 13 kids to like do parkour and have fun doing it. So it was great to see them come out and have a wonderful time, and it was a lot of smiles. And that, with that said, like, you go out there, keep doing what you're doing, and you don't know it, you're going to be motivating people and giving people hope and not even realizing it. I didn't even know it. I did not even know it. Still to this day, I don't even know. It's weird when people come up to me, like I said, and they call me master instructor, or they call me like Andrew, or they call me and they're like, hey Andrew, you have any advice for X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, why would I give you advice on that? I don't even know that kind of advice. But apparently, like, just the way that I keep motivating and keep pushing through and pressing, that's really important. You got to keep doing that. Sorry, it's really cold out here. I got a runny nose, so like I gotta check in every few seconds. Okay, so yeah, that's just some points I want to point out. It's Kobe Bryant's 5th anniversary. Him and his daughter and all the others that passed in that helicopter accident in Calabasas. And that night we lost, or that day we lost, a legend and many other beautiful souls. But I was a huge fan. I am still a huge fan of Kobe Bryant. No way LeBron James is anywhere close to his skill level. Fight me on it in the comments. I don't care. Yeah, no, Kobe is. This is one thing I relate with Kobe is, Kobe wasn't the fastest. Kobe wasn't the highest jumping. Kobe wasn't the strongest. Kobe wasn't really the smartest, but he had a wit to him. Kobe wasn't really, uh, the most like perfect like puzzle piece. But he found the little ailments he had, he worked on it, and he became and evolved into that character. We all know his story, right? And that's something that I can relate to. I'm 5'5", 135 pounds. The average male stunt performer is 5'8" to 6'3", okay? 160 to 220 pounds. I'm not in that category, okay? Let's be real. I'm I'm part of the union meetings. I'm involved in so much stunt committee type of stuff. I'm working with stunt performers. I'm working with actors. Like I said, I work with a lot of people, and then when I get hired for stuff, that's when it's a blessing. But in the downtime, you just pray and you hope. But no, but I'm telling you, man, like I wouldn't have gotten to this point of achievement in my life or been considered for these type of jobs or been considered to be this level of professional, right? In the eyes of insurance, in the eyes of law, in the eyes of production, in the eyes of everything, right? Like when they look at my union number in the industry, they know that I have like credentials to my name, and they know that I've like put in the time, and they know I've put in the work, and you know what I mean? Like it's there, it's all in the evidence and all in the history, right? And that's what it is at the end of the day. Like you want to make sure that you leave a great stamp, and you try your best to just put in a good time and put in a good word, and just hope to everybody that um, that you had a good effect on them. You know, that's really what it is. It would have been impossible if I didn't have like that kind of Kobe Bryant drive. I wasn't big enough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't fast enough. I didn't look large enough on camera. They had all the excuses. Sorry, you don't have hair. You do have hair. And when you do have hair, it's too curly. It's too straight. Oh, when your skin is like this, it's too light. It's too dark. Oh no, his nose is too pointy. His nose is too flat. This and that. There's so many things that I've been told. So many things that I've been told. And it's just like, you know what? Those are just excuses and scapegoats for people just not wanting to do their job, right? Because it's their job to put a wig on me. It's their job to add a little makeup. It's their job to, frame it so that way I'm a little bigger. Why do you think Apple boxes exist? There's so many things to. Anyway, we work around what we have. Like I said, I'm still a nobody in the industry, and hopefully, like it'll grow to the point where who knows, I'll take it to the next level. That's why I'm really thinking about doing some daring stuff this year. I'm thinking about writing a book. I'm thinking about coming out with a business, and I'm really thinking about starting action directing, and just really picking and choosing who I want in my productions and telling great stories. So it's gonna be a very challenging year, and we'll see how it goes. I love each and every one of you. I hope you take in these notes for the Kobe Bryant anniversary points, 5-year anniversary points, and I'm just going to give you a friendly reminder. Number one was personal drive. Find your personal drive. Once you find your personal drive, you'll be consistent with it, and that's number two. And then number three will be the will to win, because once you get consistent with it, you'd have that will to win, the drive for excellence, to be seen as a professional in your field, or to be seen as like a, a legend in your field, right? And whether it's art or whatever it is, we all want to try and build a legacy for ourselves and really create something special, and leave something, a glimmer of hope, right? Hope is so precious. People don't value it like they used to, and we need to value it again. Okay, so thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Tell me about your life journeys, your life stories. What is your Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality pursuit in the comments? I'd like to know. Let's interact about it. I'd really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, of course. I really appreciate that too. And yeah, I'll be shooting you a video in the future very soon. Stay safe, stay good, and I love you. Take care.